Oopsie. Welcome to another episode of Altitude and Attitude. Present A and A Light. Why are we here? I don't know. Because we didn't annoy you guys enough last week, and we're not going to get the opportunity to annoy you this week. That's
Well,
what
I
I
mean,
think.
now we are because we're doing it now, but we yeah, we're off on the fourth. What is it? The
Third. The
third.
third.
We're off on the third. So
Yeah, it's going to be
I
kind
know
of a drag,
our,
but
our millions of people are going to be disappointed, but we're
right?
going to have to watch a.
My wife said, I knew this was going to happen. I said, we're going to go live. She said, you have 100 subscribers. She said,
We do now.
are you trying to lose them? I was like, yeah, there's a goal. We have a plan.
Do we have 100 now?
No, I think it's at
I think we're
99.
stuck at 99.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
we
So,
need to uh, we need to do something interesting. So maybe tonight we can do something interesting enough to
like
get
what?
the rest.
What the hell could be interesting? I mean,
Well,
we
there's a
could
lot
talk
of
about Diddy. We got to talk about Diddy and all the white parties we went to. Oh,
the,
I guess the white
talk,
parties we went to were different.
yeah, way different.
Yeah.
Like I thought you just wore white clothes.
Bonfires, white clothes. That's all it was.
White
That's,
people.
that's it. That's why it was called the white party.
Maybe a couple red crosses.
And a whole bunch of rednecks. So what
Oh
you been
man,
doing? What have you been doing since the last show? You and I just kind of talked just a little bit here and
oh,
there. Anything
it
going on?
feels like I've been nonstop. So did my wife's she had a grand opening for her business, so that
Oh
was awesome.
yeah. How was that?
I mean, it was tiring, but it was a lot of work. But just getting everything together, and then, but it went off really well. And then after that, we went on a what do you call those? A staycation. We
Nice. Hey, there ain't nothing
remember
wrong with those.
I told you, yeah, I can do whatever. And then like I'm nowhere to be found. That's because I forgot that we were leaving 10 minutes up the road to go stay in a hotel in a casino and lose an obscene amount of money,
Oh
and
yeah.
then come back.
No, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
But we had a good time. It was very relaxing. I have no complaints whatsoever. I'm not whining. No, we had a blast. So that's what I've been up to. How about you?
Me. I've been trying to avoid the heat, man. It has
'Cause we had,
been triple digits all week long. In fact, I think it was yesterday in the valley. It was 118 degrees. That's pretty ridiculous, dude. So, I mean, really, not much. We
I
don't we
love
don't
it.
do much around here because we're both retired and we like to. We have a staycation every day.
Yeah, I'm sitting here trying to cry for you, but I live in southern Mississippi.
Come on out. I tell you what. Come on
That
out here.
humidity just brings the tears
You
because
know,
it is
I
so
I
wet.
I remember the humidity, but I tell you what, when it hits 120, humidity doesn't matter. It don't
I'm of
matter.
the opinion, like all the deployments we've been on and things like that. It, I've been to all different types of climates in the world or whatever,
Hmm.
and I'm just of the opinion once it gets over 100 degrees,
Doesn't
yeah,
matter.
it just fucking sucks.
Right, right.
Or like
100
once it gets
degrees.
to me, once it gets under 40, it fucking sucks. And so pick
Under
which
40.
one, pick which one you like. I would prefer to be hot.
Oh yeah, that's why I'm in Arizona.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would prefer to be hot. It rarely gets cold. And then when it does something like it did last year around here and snowed on the coast, I live on the beach, yo, and it
Yo,
snowed.
yo, yo. Those are hog street creds coming out.
And it snowed like a lot, like eight
Yeah.
inches or so. I don't know. That might be a bit much.
That's a
It was
lot.
like,
8 inches is a lot for you.
I mean, it's a little bit,
It's a little bit. A little
dude.
bit.
I'm white, snow's white. Oh.
Dude, it is We have 8 people watching now.
But
Basically,
I
there are
I
8
definitely
people out there that have nothing to do tonight.
definitely wasn't sporting 8 inches in the snow. Let's just say that.
Not me,
But,
man. I tell you what, I can handle 40 to 0. Once it hits 0, I'm done.
I mean, it's just fucking miserable.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it's under 40, but I mean, to each his own.
Did I ever tell
I'd
you the
rather
story about me freezing my eyes closed?
no, but I bet you're about to.
Well, I'm just going to say this. No. All right, this has been another episode of A&A Light, fucker.
I have got to know though how that happened.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not
Did you
going to
get
tell
broke
you,
up with?
dude.
I'm just gonna make
No.
up a story.
Make up a story. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's the night that your wife left you when you were on patrol.
No, I was with your mom.
I told you, your ex. Daddy.
Wait a minute.
God, you
Somebody,
are old.
somebody named Farsi Clip just said we're no longer at 99.
What?
Let's see. Did you unsubscribe, Farsi? Dude, we're at 101. Seriously?
What? Shut the fuck.
101. Yes. Yes.
I thought they were gonna say we're at 97.
I think I
I
might
thought we
know who
like had some
Farsi
fun.
Clip is.
101.
101, guys. Yeah.
I mean, I know that's stupid, but I'm happy about that. That's pretty cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, baby steps.
I mean,
Baby steps. We're coming for you, Joe Rogan.
and
You think he's scared? Think he's nervous?
Not even not even a little bit.
Joe's like, holy shit, 101.
He's like, I spent more money on my microphone than your lights cost. So that means you can post those cool things you were making.
I can. So everybody, I'm going to. We created some little badges for when we hit 100 subscribers, and so I'm going to try to get those out tonight and get them out to everybody so you guys can have it. Because we're pretty excited about this. It's pretty awesome.
I mean, we've been doing this now for what, 3 months?
We're coming up on 3 months.
Yeah, because 12 is 3.
Yeah,
and
3
this
months.
Is going to be 13. Week 13. So we're over 3 months. That's insane. So,
yeah.
And we've already got
I forgot to do this. What the hell's wrong with me?
Oh,
what in the hell is going on? Got to get everybody out there.
Oh God, why is my wife talking about inches?
He whines when it's 72 inches in the house. Greta, anybody would whine if there was 72 inches in the house.
No, she's talking about the temperature.
Well, I know.
I'm 100% sure she messed that up.
I'm gonna.
She was talking about I whine when she puts the AC under 72. Because I do.
So do you want to hear my fucking story, or you just want to be dick?
Let's get it.
Jesus. Remember, I think it was last week when I told you that I pulled some cops out of when I was up in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
Yeah.
I told you I pulled some cops out of the snow that tried to drive through a snowbank on the flight line. All right.
Like normal dumbass cop shit.
So it was that night, and it's like 2:00 in the morning, and the rule out there is when it's below freezing and you're doing wrecker runs, you try not to blink your eyes. You try as hard as you can not to blink your eyes. So there's 3 of us in the wrecker, and the heater's going, and the snow that's on us is melting, and we were swapping out who's going to go tie up the vehicle, right? Whoever was on the outside of the seat has to go tie up the vehicle. It was my turn. So I get underneath the vehicle, and this is back in the days with the split boom wreckers. I I slide under the vehicle with the chains, and as soon as I hit the axles with the hooks, all this snow and shit just fell in my face. And I
Uh,
and I closed my eyes and I couldn't open them. I couldn't fucking open my because all that snow that had melted on my face when I was in the wrecker just melted right there. It
dude.
froze my eyes shut. The guys had to pull me into the wrecker to thaw my face out.
I'm just gonna say this right here and now that I think Illinois is the coldest place I've ever lived, and everybody can eat my asshole. I'm not ever gonna live in a place that cold again. If I ever lived in a place where a snow could fall on my face and freeze my eyeballs shut,
Mm.
I'm. This is not a place for. That's not a place for me. That is my hell. So
Yeah,
I mean, like, I would rather be like burning than that. That's my hell.
yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if God wants to punish me for the good life that I've lived, I
He'll
just
send you to North Dakota.
yeah, I just told him how to do it. Like North Dakota, the South Pole, something crazy.
I have always said that even with all of my deployments and all of my assignments, North Dakota, Grand Forks was the worst one.
Oh, I could see that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
I would be the worst.
Worse than Iraq, worse than Afghanistan, all of them. It was
You
bad.
know, honestly, and I wouldn't say this about many places, but I think if you had to give me a choice, you can go deploy back then, not now, currently where there's no presence there. But if I had to go deploy to Iraq, or if I had to, or Afghanistan, or Grand Forks, North Dakota, I mean, I gotta say, I mean, I really do believe that I love all 50 states. I just don't want to visit them all.
Hmm.
So, no, I think I'd go to Iraq
Yeah,
again. Or, Afghanistan gets cold too, though.
yeah,
And Iraq does too. It was weird how because your body's so used to that, 120, 130 degrees, that horrible, just, you can't even roll the windows down on the truck because it's like a space heater hitting you in the face.
right.
But when it gets under 70, your body so acclimated to
Yeah.
that 120, that like 70 degrees, and you're like, where's my coat?
Dude, yeah, the first time I ever experienced that was in 96, my first deployment to Saudi Arabia. And my first, uh, I think I'd maybe, it wasn't my first night. I'd probably been there about 3 or 4 days. And I got woken up in the middle of the night for some force protection thing that was going on. And as soon as I ran outside, I didn't take my field jacket. And it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was freezing my ass off. And it's June. It's June. Yeah, it was incredible how cold you could get.
So, a drastic change of subject.
Uh oh.
So we were talking about something through text, me and you, earlier today, because and I kind of want to talk about this because we have similar opinions on it, but not exact. So maybe we could get some feedback from other people that oh, Sarah's here. She's the one that brought it to my attention. So maybe uh maybe some interaction on this one. But we
Yes,
have the hello Shannon Farmer, whoever. Oh, that's your buddy from
yeah,
that's your friend from your oldest friend, isn't it?
yeah. I've known her since like kindergarten.
So I want to talk about this, since this is kind of what we do. Uh there's this new regulation coming out in the military, that for the army, where they are going to be stiffening the rules on the shaving waiver, and trying to either uh, make you get the laser surgery, or uh, separate you because of the skin condition that you have, as actually this would be a good one for Greta too. She's an esthetician. Uh, the skin condition that a lot of black people have.
It's called PFB. I can't pronounce
I,
it, but it's
I,
called
I
PFB.
don't know it. I don't have
Yeah,
it, so I don't. But it is a
it's very
rash or
common.
a rash, I believe, that comes
It's
from
the rash.
shaving.
The
Yep,
hairs go back into the
yeah, like
skin.
ingrown hairs and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're changing that to where that could get you kicked out. So I'm trying to. You said you don't have any problem with that to me
Mm-hmm.
personally,
Right.
and I think I replied back to you like I don't have an issue with the stiffening of the regulation. I think what I have an issue with is who's implementing it. And the reason that I have that is like, why you? All of a sudden, right now,
Mm-hmm.
why do you racist fucks have to be doing this right now?
Right.
This
So
one thing that affects one race of people
it doesn't affect just one.
by a lot.
It doesn't affect just one. That's
No,
the
I know it
thing.
doesn't, but it's
It
most
right.
common.
Okay, but let's be clear about something. You're bringing race into something that has nothing to do with race. That's not
Okay.
what this is about.
Well, I'm just
And
saying it shouldn't be about
right,
that.
and the that's what it's called. Pseudofolliculoculus.
Thank you, Greta.
That sounds kind of perverted. I don't think you can write that in our chat. So yeah. So
That's,
yeah, it does.
that's where we draw the line.
Yeah, that word. How dare you? So yes, black men are more affected by it than any other race, right? But that's nobody else's fault except that it just is. Like sickle cell. I think it's sickle cell. There's just certain things that affect them more than others. But I think it has to do with two studies that came out last year. And
Okay.
by the way, I think this is coming from the SecDef, from that douchebag. I think it's
That's
coming down.
that's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's my problem right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's my problem because he's a racist. So
Sure.
my
Yeah.
problem is that it is, at least in the military, Greta, and I understand it does not only affect one race; it affects all. I
Right.
understand that. However, it is very prominent, especially in the military, for black men to have shaving waivers.
Right. We
Whether
saw it
that
all the
be
time.
they only have to do once a week or once a month,
Right.
different severities of this problem that they have. But why this douchebag has to be the one to all of a sudden now it's a problem? It's been my whole 20-year career. I watched
Mm-hmm.
this not be a problem,
Mm-hmm.
and your whole career as well
Yeah,
hasn't
absolutely.
been a problem since the 80s, and now all of a sudden, douchebag has to figure out a way to, which you already know they're trying to cleanse the military, the brown races. We already know that.
No, I disagree with that as well. I absolutely disagree with that.
Okay, well,
I mean, we can point at racism every time we want to, right? It's very simple, and that's what the media wants us to do. But this two reports came out last year. Two
okay.
reports, one from OSHA and one from NIOSHA, specifically about this issue. And they said that even a moderate amount of stubble on the face has a negative effect on how well a gas mask can seal to a face. And if we have people who are out in the field and there is some kind of chemical attack and the gas mask doesn't seal correctly, all of a sudden we have a force protection issue. Now,
And
I
that's
would,
where we agree.
well, no, right. So, where I would call this racist is if they said, we're only going to enforce this against one race and we're not going to give options. But that's not what they did. What they did is they said, this is going to affect everybody and you have a choice. You can get laser treatment, which we will pay for, or you can leave. You can be discharged. You're not kicked out. You're dishonorably discharged. You're just discharged.
I, I and again, I mean, and I see that point. So I'm
Mhm.
not even like dying on the hill of like this is for one reason, but I have a problem with the people who are doing it. I just
Yeah,
throwing that out there because like it's like I don't know. It's like everybody can conveniently have a valid reason every once in a while to get rid of people they want to get rid of. And this is my opinion.
sure, sure.
This is
Yeah,
my opinion. And this is where we kind of like split on agreement on this one because we both agree that yes, if that is the studies probably are accurate, that probably is true. Those people probably can't wear a gas mask or shouldn't, or at least should be non-deployable, something like that.
there you go.
But
I like that. Yeah,
and let's face it, if you're non-deployable in the military, like what? Why are you there? So like
right.
I get it. I get the whole thing. I totally agree with that. I have a problem with things like conveniently helping people who are not. I mean, I
It
don't know.
happens.
I don't know what the answer is to that, but
So,
and that's why we were debating it
right.
too, is because we. I just don't want to. I have a problem with it, but then again, I like when you really read into it. I don't have a problem with it,
Right.
but I have a problem with who's doing it because of the way they have done things so far.
Sure.
And so for me, so I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't give them the benefit of the doubt on anything.
Right. I can
So
see
I
that.
don't automatically think like, say for instance, 90% of people I know, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt that
Right.
they didn't mean it the way that it came across.
Right. I understand
They
what you
don't
mean.
get that from me.
I understand what you mean. But, and that's the hard part, I think, for all of us. I found that I had a lot of this during his first term when he was pushing, when he came out during COVID and Voldemort, I think is his name. When he came out and said that he was going to um, cut all regulations on how to manufacture vaccines, and he was just going to push the vaccine through, and we're to hell with testing, and we're going to get something done in 2 months that's usually done in 3 years. I remember my wife and I, we were like, this man, he's crazy. He's going to kill people. I can't believe he's doing this. And then the vaccines work.
Well, but
Well,
they
hang on.
also
Well, no,
had
wait a
the
minute. Give me a
yeah.
second. Give me a second.
Okay, I'm good.
Right? So, whether the vaccine is a good thing or a bad thing, we still don't know. But what I can tell you is that right now, COVID is completely under control. We don't have millions of people dying every day. Doesn't so apparently it does have a good side that's affecting us right now. But I had a problem with it because of who it was, who this person was. But I have to give him credit. What he did was a good thing for the moment. So, what I'm trying to say is, yeah, Pete Hegseth is a racist. He's a dumbass. He's just a complete moron. But that doesn't mean that what he's doing is, or doesn't mean that everything he does is wrong.
I think I told my wife back when during that whole Operation Warp Speed thing you're talking about.
Oh, is that what it was
Like,
called? Yeah.
yeah, it's like first of all, it wasn't really warp speed. A lot of that stuff was researched for years and years and years because COVID has been around. The flu is a COVID virus.
Right.
And I'm not an expert. I'm not trying to act like one, so don't think that I am, or don't everybody get fucking crazy
Yeah,
on.
you guys are
But
crazy.
but what I am gonna say is that even an idiot is accidentally right every once in a while.
Exactly.
So
And
I mean,
same thing with Pete. The
well,
same thing with Pete.
and that's why I
Yeah.
that's why I'm seeing your
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see your point,
It's
but
hard.
I'm like I do see your point, but I'm also because I just again I don't give you the benefit of the doubt of your reasoning behind doing it
Right.
now. Why has it been fine since the 80s and now all of a sudden
Again, these
and
two studies came out last year. It
That
was
also that is a very valid
August.
that is a very valid point.
Yeah.
I think that sometimes though that's convenient for people,
Sure,
but
sure. Yeah.
it is what it is, and
Yeah.
I'm not.
You know my biggest problem with this, because I'm with you. I understand what you're saying. It really sucks when somebody like this gets to say something that he just said. But what really bothers me is the reporting of it. The story itself. The reporter made it out to be racist from the beginning.
You
And
know what?
this
So
is my problem. By the way,
you
your
know where
mic
that
is
came from?
muted. But my problem, your mic's muted, Hog.
Do you hear me now?
No, can't hear you. Is it me?
I think so.
Anybody else?
I
Can
can
anybody hear
anybody hear
Hog?
me?
Or is it just me?
Uh, I don't know.
Let me see.
I know.
Still muted?
Are you? Ain't nobody answering now. We got answers on Voldemort. We can't
Testing,
tell.
testing.
Yeah. See, I hear him fine.
So, everybody, it's just me. Okay. You guys talk. Let me figure it out.
Do you anyways, shit, I lost my train of thought. And now I lost the person to bounce ideas off of. Oh, so Sarah can hear both of us, so huh, I can't hear you no more.
That was muted. I don't know
What
what
was?
happened. I really don't know what just happened there.
Do
I
you
was
hear me
just,
now?
yeah, yeah, hear you
Okay.
just fine.
All right. Well,
I don't know what happened.
I was gonna say I didn't touch
That
anything.
went out, that went out, and then that went out. I don't know. Maybe I'm about to. I don't know. Maybe all my
Maybe
equipment's
your
going down.
supercomputer got hacked by
Going down. Oh
maybe
my god!
the space force just got you, buddy.
You know, I did download Signal the other day. Maybe Pete's in. Maybe Pete's in my shit right now. Pete, we're just kidding, dude.
Yeah,
Don't you have a
I'm not.
fucking sense of humor?
I hope your boss flatlines, you fucking bitch.
It would be nice to see Pete do it first.
I don't know. Yeah, probably because JD Vance is worse. But anyways, what's
I don't
another
even know
thing
where
we
the
can
hell we
talk?
were talking. I don't know.
We were talking about that, but we're beating a dead horse now. I think we're both on the same page, but just like
Yeah,
tiny little, like,
yeah,
and
I
not
know.
even that. I would have enjoyed it if somebody else had an opinion on that as well that was different from both of us, but like we're like that close, but
Yeah,
not all the way there. I think
I
you
don't
have
know.
more. So you are more. We're both logically minded type people, but
Right.
you have got more.
Illogical thoughts than anybody.
You have more acceptance of this is just uh, because of a study, and I'm more because of the way that this last, I guess, 12 years have been. I'm more of okay, that study conveniently lets you do
Mm-hmm.
the racist bullshit that
Mm-hmm.
you wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of where we're at on that one. So
Right.
we can beat that dead horse all night, but I think unless somebody else has
No.
another opinion on it than I do, but I mean I agree with you. If it's a safety hazard, it's a safety hazard. There's nothing you really can do about that. But
Yeah,
I
it's
just
tough.
hate who's doing it.
It's yeah. I mean, I agree. It's hard to give people credit who are known racist pigs.
Correct. That's my problem.
Right.
And I'm not even in like I said, even an idiot is right every once in a while, like the
Like
work piece
like
stuff. Yeah.
like now. Like now.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't even say I'm right. A lot of times, I'm just right all the time.
I know. I agree with you.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of it's hard being me sometimes.
What do you guys want to talk about tonight? Yeah, Greta, I know Voldemort's in Harry Potter, but he who should not be named or
God damn, you
whatever the
just now
hell.
seeing that?
No, I just saw it. I
Oh,
was
okay.
just
Yeah. Sarah, give us a good subject. How about this big, beautiful bullshit bill?
I don't know. It's 970 some odd pages. Haven't read it.
Me neither.
Um, all I know is what I see on the news, and almost every news channel is saying that everybody's going to get a cut or get a break except for the lowest 10% of the country.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are going to lose their health insurance, and taxes could go up. I think they said by like $40, which to you and I is enough. Is nothing. All right, fight $40. Go ahead, but
Yeah.
that could be
Somebody
uh,
else's kids
it could be
eating
food.
lunch.
Yeah, that could be food for the next week for somebody. Yeah,
And we aren't in that lower that we are not in that lower 10%. And I think where I have the issue with any bill like this, number one, when you try to do something how they're doing it, where you're trying to push it through like they're trying to push it through,
mm-hmm.
uh I have my problem is that nothing good is ever usually behind that. So um Matthew Hannon is asking a question.
Yeah,
We kind of like try to. Do you know who that is? I don't.
I have no idea.
It's
Wait,
welcome
Matthew,
to the
we
show. Welcome
yeah.
to the show. We love to have you, and we usually discuss all of those.
Anything we can argue about.
Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah, yeah.
So if you want to throw in something to argue about, we're more
Throw it up
than
there, buddy, because Matthew, we know everything.
Oh my God. Anyways, so whenever you're trying to push something through like that, to me, there's something nefarious about it.
Because of how big it is. Just because of how
Yeah,
big
just
it
like
is.
just
Yeah,
burying stuff in 900 pages to me is shady as fuck. So
right.
I'm trying to figure out what, but I haven't, like you said, I haven't read the 900 pages. I can't give an honest
Neither
personal
did
answer.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
No, yeah, obviously,
Yeah.
because now she's pissed off about it.
But can I just give her props really quick for admitting that?
Yes, and I will too. You know
Yeah.
what? Yeah, I will too.
Yeah, she absolutely admitted that she didn't
I
read it.
mean,
And I'm like, finally,
that's
something
normally
honest
not
from a
something
MAGA.
I would expect from her at all.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not giving her much when I say prop. I mean, I'm like
just a little prop.
I'm just like instead of like
Here's
I'm
a prop. Yeah.
just like slapping you a little bit less hard today.
But yeah, I'm with you. The bigger the bill, the less the harder it is to trust it.
Well, and not only that, it's the harder it is for everybody to really fully grasp what is. And then when you make it that big and then force it through in a rush, like when you give it a deadline like July 4th,
Right.
you realize that is 900 pages of needing to not only read but comprehend and come up with what you want to do different because that side has the House and the Senate, and what that our freaking president will sign whatever comes to his desk. It could say kill everybody in my family. If it gets to his desk and it says big beautiful bill on it, he's gonna totally sign it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's so retarded. He doesn't understand that what he doesn't care.
Well, but let's be clear about something. All presidents do this. All presidents overload bills and
Correct.
they hide shit in there, and
Correct.
it's disgusting.
I'm not
the way
saying that.
the way we do this.
Yeah.
It's really horrible.
Yeah,
Matthew, where are you from, Matthew? Let us know.
Let's figure out Matthew. I like you.
Thanks
for engaging, man. That's awesome, dude.
We're gonna try to figure out who you are, Matthew.
Matthew Hannon. I don't think I know him. Maybe I've been.
You probably do, and you've probably just insulted him. He's like, you don't remember
No,
me?
Greta will tell me if I know
Yeah,
him or not.
yeah,
She
and
tells me whether I know all my friends or not.
we'll go from
There's like two or
101 to
three of them that I
subscribers.
know that I can. Huh?
I said we'll go from 101 subscribers to 100. Way to go, Hog. Thanks a lot, buddy.
Don't
My
leave
God.
us. We just made 100.
So Matthew, the show you're getting tonight is called A&A Light. We're just here talking shit because we're not going to be around for our live show this Thursday. We're actually going to be broadcasting a pre-recorded show that I did with a friend of mine because we're taking the holiday off.
Mahopek, New York, about an hour north of North New York City. Oh man, there's a lot of stuff going on in New York, or there was. So what are I'd be curious what he's thinking about all that attention on these primaries in New York. So I know that's probably not New York City, but I'm surely you got surely you have an opinion on that, like what's going on with that, because there's a lot of hoopla going on with
He does have an opinion, and don't call him Shirley.
what?
You never seen Airplane? I will. We should. Do you want to?
But I would be curious to know because there is a lot of talk going on about this. The guy who won the Democratic primary, I believe, for mayor of New York City. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, the mayor, Zoran,
I know. Yeah,
Zoran,
something
or
like
something like
that.
that.
But there's a lot of people like up in arms about it. That dude's from New York, so
Everybody gets up in arms about every election. It doesn't matter who it is. MAGA was pissed off last election. We were pissed off this election. Everybody gets pissed off.
True.
Yeah, yeah.
True. Whoever Farsi Clip is wants you to join them in Vegas for their
birthday. I know who Farsi Clip is. I've partied with this dude. I would join him in Vegas.
Is he like one of them ones you probably shouldn't join in Vegas?
I would join him in Vegas. Yeah. 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 That would be a party.
Oh man, that sounds like expensive.
Actually, the wife and I are going there in August. I think we're going there in August sometime. I think it was August or September. And go there for a few days. Try to stay sober.
Isn't that's not even that's not far from you, huh?
No, it's a 6-hour drive or a $60 plane ticket.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet. So I need to come to your house and visit Vegas, and then you need to come to my house. We go to New Orleans.
Yeah.
And party in both of them. We probably won't remember either trip.
That's the
goal.
That's the goal. All right, guys. What do we want to talk about, guys? Anything?
Let's see here. Let's see.
Look, we had a couple of people ask us in the chat where Stanford is. This is A&A Light. Whoever's online at the time gets to go on.
Yeah, and
Stanford and Hogg have done it. Now we're doing
it. And Stanford's more. Hopefully he sees this and jumps on in, and we can make it A&A not light.
Yeah. No, Stanford's around. He's just, that man's busy as shit.
He's probably sleeping. Yeah, I see. I kind of agree with what you're saying, and I'm not even from there, but that's kind of the vibe that I was getting. It's like a lot of sickness from the current mayor, and then also the Cuomo. Wasn't he like this? Didn't he get like for the sexual harassment? Or yeah, it was sexual harassment during COVID and all that. Is when it came out during that. I think it was the hashtag Me Too type time frame. So that's kind of the vibe I've been getting from it. So I agree with that.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of chaos out there. Not chaos, but just a lot of angry feelings out there right now. But
well, I mean,
again, We're in such a different political climate right now. Nobody can just take a loss and just live with it. Everybody has to get pissed off and throw some conspiracy nonsense out into the void to try to piss other people off. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And then when you get like so for instance, you get an election like that, I couldn't I mean I can't I obviously couldn't vote in that. I don't live anywhere near there and neither could you. But it's I could see myself being the guy that voted for the winner just because he doesn't have conspiracy around him. And the other people have already done they already do.
Look, if we can get any type of lifetime bureaucrat out, that's my vote. I don't care if it's a Democrat or if it's a Republican or if it's a MAGA. If you're in, you need to be voted out. You need to be gone. All of you.
Yeah, because we're not changing anything right now.
Right.
And anybody over, I would say over the age of 60 probably needs to go. Because these
Because of ageism. Give me five. High five.
no, but it, and it's not even because of your age, it's because of your thought process.
You
It's
think you
I'm
say
not
people over 60 have no thought processes?
No, I'm not saying that they don't have it. I'm saying that it's wrong for for the younger generation. My thought process is wrong for my children. Like I don't understand them at all.
Okay.
They're, this is their this is going to be their country.
All right,
Well,
but just because your thought process is wrong for your children's thought process is wrong for the next generation and
yeah,
that generation.
yeah.
So then who should be in office?
I'm just okay.
Infants?
Yeah, I no, I understand that sounded stupid. Uh, but
I'm gonna get
what
some
I'm
more.
trying to
Get
say
some more
is
rum.
like the people from the 80s that were running this country in the 80s. And I've said this before, we did all the people our age did all that work to try and like change things a bit in the 90s and we started making progress and guess what we re-elected everyone from the 80s. All these people, whether it be Nancy Pelosi, whether it be um, Chuck Schumer, Trump, Biden, all these people are like from that era of time.
Mm-hmm.
And the 90s don't hardly have any fucking representation up in there. What, we got Marco Rubio? I mean, who do we got?
So
Pete
so
Hayes?
well, I mean,
Like none of us.
I
What
so
I'm saying is, we
I can
fought, but none of us went and ran for office. It's like we just left it with the old people that we were trying to defeat back then.
right. I mean, I can agree with you on that, but I don't know that I would necessarily go off of time frame because there are probably some people that were in office in the 80s that have great ideas, and probably some people who went into office in the 2000s MTG that have absolutely horrible ideas about the way this country should be run. The problem that we have is, and I think we've talked about this before, is the American people aren't educating themselves on who they're voting for. Chuck Schumer just by himself gets votes because nobody knows everybody else's name. They say, "Oh, I know this name, Chuck Schumer, so I'm going to vote for him." This is the problem.
Same with almost all of them.
Every one of them, every one of them. So I don't know that it has anything to do with the decade in which they got into politics. It has to do with the ignorance of the American voter.
And I really wish that we could get away with voting D's and R's and just vote for the character of the person. You know, I mean, like, why do we have to? We've spoke on this before. I know me and you have
Mm-hmm.
about how like now it's so you are either for this administration or they hate you, or
Mm-hmm.
you're on the other side and you hate them. That and I'm not saying that it's because I honestly don't believe that it was the left that started this, but now it's like we've all. I mean, because I used to be considered center of the road
Mm-hmm.
politically. I used to be considered center of the road because I have some views on right that lean more right, and I have uh, views that lean more left. Obviously, probably a few more of them left. 90% of the time, I would almost go left, but there is a sweet spot there in the middle where you can get me to vote for you if you are a good, what I feel like is a good human being. And we have gotten to the point now where we strictly go in and vote D's and R's. Like we don't even need to know the person's name. You just need to know what party they're in, and you don't like them.
Well, that's
Period.
exactly what it is. We treat this, and this came all the way down from our Congress. This came all the way down from all the politicians in the White House, and we were so busy watching Kim Kardashian, we didn't see it happening. This came from the Democrats and the Republicans. They turned it into a fucking game where it was the R's against the D's, the Blues against the Reds, and if your team lost, then you're a loser.
Yeah, and no, Matthew, I don't believe that most people know who their representative is. I don't believe that
No,
for a single second.
no, they don't.
Nor do I know. Nor do I believe that they know how their representative is about to vote on this bill
Right.
or
Well, I can
anything
tell you,
else.
no, no, no. I can tell you how they're voting on this bill, except for a few people.
I can't.
All the Democrats are voting against it because it was a Republican bill, and all the Republicans are voting for it because it was a Republican bill. This is the problem with the American system right now. They're treating it like it's a fucking football game, and those who get the most score wins. Most votes, we won. The Republicans lost. You're losers.
And I am totally. I'm not going to disagree with that because you are absolutely correct. Because we complain about this all the time. So I can't. Uh, while I don't like a lot of what I've heard about this, but again, I have not read 900 pages. That's like the size of the Bible, for God's sakes. Uh, it's a big bill. So I have not personally read anything. But you are correct. It doesn't matter what's in it to these people.
Right,
It matters who wrote it
right,
and who wants to sign it.
right.
So the R's want to sign it, the D's want to defeat it. And
Bingo.
instead of coming together in the middle and making it 900 pages of workable shit for everybody that everybody can get behind,
They don't care.
they don't care and they won't try because they're not going to get it signed by the president and they won't get to win their election. And, I'm sick and tired of people giving a shit about their next election. Who cares? You are a civil servant. You work for us. Period.
Right. Yeah, but no,
Work for
but
us.
here's another entity that caused this problem, and it's the media. And
Oh, for sure.
I will always bash the media on this show until they get their shit together, because the media loves to say, oh, the Democrats are going to lose this if they don't get this, the Republicans are going to lose the Senate if they don't get this. No one's going to fucking lose anything. No one's losing, no one's winning except the American people.
That's what I was going to
And
say. The American people are losing.
every fucking time a politician or someone in the media actually says those words, we lose. We
Well,
lose.
well, Pete, as well as I do. Well, you know me very well. And we've known each other, what, 30 years, something like that? You know,
Has it been? Oh my God.
it's probably longer. But we
I'm
both
not that old.
agree.
I'm only 20.
Okay. That makes me.
My arthritis
I
medicine
think
is
I'm sad
20.
that would make me 17 or 16, something like that. Cool. But we the media is what people need to wrap their brains around, and like I think we addressed this either me and you or all three of us at some point, like how you get a lot more accuracy from some comedians,
Right.
like the
Yeah.
Daily Show
Stanford
and
brought
things
that
like
up.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
Stanford brought that up, and some like unknown media types, like he was talking about black media and different other things, and I can think of a few. Like House Sparks on a podcast. He has all like he does research and gets to the bottom of it
Who's
and
the
just
guy that does
breaks
This Week Tonight? Oh my
him
God.
too. Like they
God, I
just
love him.
they like they're smart people that do their research and like normal people should be doing.
Right.
The media is a business. And so I don't care what anybody tells me, whether it's MSNBC or CNN, which if I'm watching mainstream media, those are one of the ones I'm watching. Fox News. It doesn't matter which one it is. It's a business. So I guarantee you that each one of those media centers was rooting for this administration because it's good news for them. It's good
Yeah.
ratings because
Absolutely.
because we're all stressed the fuck out all the goddamn time, and that makes us want to tune in. Okay, I don't have time today to watch and do research myself. I need to know what these motherfuckers are doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I need to watch the alligator farm fucking
Oh yeah. What is that?
immigration camp thing.
Yep.
I need to know what's going on there because I'm an American, and um,
My favorite news anchor will tell me the truth. They will
yeah,
tell me the truth.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. That hasn't happened in,
It,
I
it,
don't know.
well,
I
I
don't
think
know,
I
since
said
the
this a
80s,
long time.
maybe. I don't know.
I think I said this a long time ago. Probably one of our first episodes that nobody needs to go back and rewatch. But
You
where I
need to
said
watch all of them.
I said they they look for their media sources and their politicians like they look for their preachers. You look for who's going to tell you what you want to
What you
hear,
want to hear.
not what it really is, just what you
Right.
want to hear. And then once you find the media source or the politician that tells it what makes your heart warm and fuzzy, then that's where you go.
Right. And it's the same way people do that, the way they search things online. Instead of searching um, Elon Musk's salute at Republican primary, they don't do that. They type in Elon's Nazi salute. And
Yeah.
if you do that, you're going to get videos of a Nazi salute. You have to, your searches online have to be objective if you want to get objective information. You can't type in, why is Trump a racist?
Sure.
You have to look at his policies to make that decision on your own. You can't have assholes on Fox or Truth Social or MSNBC telling you this because they're all a bunch of idiots and they're all a bunch of bastards. They want to do nothing but warp your view of the American system.
I like Matthew Hennon. I already like this guy. I agree with that. Oh wait, you already replied to it. Never mind. I totally agree with what he said right there. Because if you pull this bill on both sides, it's a no go. So that brings me back to what we were saying earlier too. Is that
Rest in peace, Jimmy.
they both both sides are a lot of people against it, a lot of people probably in private, but
Of
it's not
course.
polling well. So instead of coming to the middle and coming up with stuff that we can like, okay, I'm not gonna be super happy about that, but I can live with it. They're not gonna be super happy about this, but they can live with it and like kind of come to the middle on a bill. They're not gonna even attempt it. So I totally agree with that.
I don't know.
Question everything, trust no one. I've seen one.
We've definitely entered into a different era of politics, and I honestly don't know what it's going to take for things to change. It's going to take something huge.
I think you hit it on the head earlier when you said it's almost like it's not politics right now. But you brought up the reality TV show. I don't watch
Yeah.
any I despise it. I do not watch reality
Yeah.
TV show. I just started watching podcasts because y'all made me start doing this one.
Because you started a podcast.
But I just don't. So I don't. But I understand that whole. It's sport. It's like I have to win. It's like
Yeah.
me and you watching.
Yeah.
It's like me and
LSU and
you watching
Arkansas.
LSU and
Yeah.
Arkansas.
Yeah.
Like I want my team to win. I don't give a shit what that
Yeah.
player did in the past. I don't care. Is he good? I want to beat Arkansas. I need that
Right.
boot in Louisiana.
Right.
That's what I want.
Right. And that's
And
how they treat politics
that's how
now.
they're treating politics, and that's not how politics should be
Right.
ever.
Right.
Because it's not sport. These are real human beings. We are real human beings. And me and you come from the military. Those people in the military, they are real human beings that are going to have to pay the price for this.
Yep.
We were real human beings who paid the price for that. Whatever decisions are made by politics. Like I'm sure you've told people before, but I have for sure, is that it you need to pay attention to the politics because you love somebody that is affected by it.
Right.
Whether that be they're in the military, whether that be they're gay, whether that be they're black, whether that be they're brown, whatever their identity is.
Right.
The politics affects them. And somebody you love is that person.
Right. Right.
And I feel that like every day. Like I feel that when I see that. Any kind of you know that about me. But I just anyways, you know what I mean. So
Tough days. Tough days, guys.
I mean, yeah, but I was trying to say I agree with you. It's more sport now.
So just for those that are tuning in now, or those that didn't hear this earlier, we are actually taking this week off. We will not be having a live show on Thursday. We're going to be doing a pre-recorded show of an interview I did with an old friend of mine. Because Hog, Stanford, and I are going to take the third off. We're going to enjoy the holiday with our families and try not to blow off any of our fingers with whatever fireworks we're going to get. So we will return on the 11th, or is it the 11th?
10th, I think.
10th or 11th, whichever one of those is a Thursday. We will return. We will return that day
10th.
to for our next show. But what I want to do right now is I want to look at the straw poll for the charity bucket, the swear jar. You guys don't forget to get out there and vote. Vote on the charity that you want us to send the money to. On our next show, the 11th, I think Chris said 10th, whatever.
10th.
I wasn't
It's
listening.
10th.
I wasn't listening to him.
I'm reading Matthew Hennon, and
on the 10th, we will be announcing who we're going to be donating the money to. We have quite a bit of money in there, and right now, St. Jude's is winning with 13 votes, and hey, Freedom from Religion is right behind it with 7. So, yeah, there we go. Everybody, please use that link. Go there, vote on the charity, and let us know where you think we ought to send this money.
Yep, please. I love all those charities. First of all, they're all charities, so I mean they all do good things. So, I think that would be a great way to. I think that was when we first started. That was what, like episode 1 or 2 that we did that. We started doing that.
Yeah, I think you brought up the swear bucket on
like
number 2. Yeah.
Just like random something that came to my head, and then it wasn't even supposed to be that, and then we started talking, and we were like, "What? Why don't we actually?
Why don't we actually do it?
Yeah. Why don't you actually donate to the swear bucket?" And then pick a charity and send it to that. And
Hmm.
so I think that's cool because if you're gonna, say dumb shit, you might as well help people
Right.
out.
That cussing for charity. Cussing for charity. So I put our email address up here at the bottom. You guys send us emails if you when you have ideas of topics
Oh, for
or
sure.
things you'd like to hear from us on this podcast. We really love to interact with all of you folks.
And we
Um,
love doing these short little things too. Or not say short. This one didn't end up being short, but it we love it, don't we, Pete? I mean,
yeah,
I do.
yeah, we've really enjoyed it. Yeah,
And it seems like the people.
there is no sweat bucket, Greta. Oh
Go
my
ahead, Pete.
God!
Explain it.
Wait, I first can I ask Sarah what the hell pumpkin tits is?
That's funny.
Pumpkin tits. What? Jesus Christ! Sarah gets me with
He's
all
always
of
teasing.
these.
I don't know.
What?
I'm still gonna go with
Yam
what
tits.
did I say? Commander Catheter or Captain Catheter?
Yeah. Sarah's got them. It's yam tits. Now it's pumpkin tits. I don't know. All right.
He's
So
just staying up late.
let me see if I can explain the sweat bucket from for all the new listeners. So back on episode 2, as Hog was just talking about, he decided to create this bucket, the A&A swear bucket, which he still has. And for every fucking cuss word, we put in a goddamn dollar into that fucking swear bucket.
In our regular shows, though, not these ladies.
And yeah, on these, cussing is just yeah, we can do whatever we want.
It's just
Tangerine Palpatine.
just
Jesus Christ, Sarah. Sarah, you want to
fumigating.
write for us? I think Sarah should write for us, dude.
No, no, she should.
Um, so back to the swear bucket. At the end of each quarter, we are going to send this money to a charity. And right now, we're at the end of our first quarter, and we have a straw poll going up for our viewers to vote in. We have Catholic Charities is one, the Freedom from Religion Foundation, and St. Jude's. And whichever charity gets the most votes by July 10th, will be the one that we donate the money to. And we're going to do this every single quarter.
Greta's getting us a new bucket.
It's
That
about
wouldn't
time
be.
she did something for us.
I mean, well, she got us that manila envelope that I taped to
Oh, well, thanks for the
it.
envelope. Tangerine Palpatine. I like this.
She's even got one of them vinyl cutters, and like I went with the A&A swear bucket on the manila envelope taped to the bucket. I did honestly didn't think that 3 months later we'd still be having it
Right?
when I did it. I
Who
just
who
did it.
thought we'd still be here?
I just did it to be funny. Well, number one, not me.
It's July. How the hell did we end up here?
I mean, pushing on, and I think I think it's a good thing, and I hope that more people do it. Is I think when I was approached myself about doing it, I'm just done. I think I said this already. I'm just done sitting around being silent, watching my children's uh, rights being taken away from them, and I'm
Right?
not going to do it, and neither should anybody. So I feel like I felt like we served all that time in the military protecting these rights. I can't just sit behind the
And see
scenes.
people shitting on them. See
Yeah,
people
and
letting
just
them
yeah,
go. Yeah.
exactly, and just letting them
Yeah.
go and
Yeah.
just don't say anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't care if it's 10 people that are watching us. If it's 10 people that I can maybe get to understand that, like this affects real people like you, like me, like our children,
Right.
and
Our
I think
neighbors.
our neighbors. I think a lot of people fail to remember that these people that we're all that these
I'm the bobblehead.
these these people that we are celebrating getting rounded up and stuff like that. They're somebody's kids. They are somebody's dad.
Right.
There's somebody that some of these people have never lived in another country but this one. I mean, why are we doing this other than to be cruel? And that is not what this country is supposed to stand for.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you want to get rid of birthright citizenship, if I was a Native American, I'd file a lawsuit today.
Why?
Get rid of birthright citizenship?
Hmm.
Because they're the only ones that were already here.
Right, but
We're all birthright citizens.
yeah, but it's not a blanket that he's getting rid of. He's getting rid of birthright citizenship to immigrants who have come to the country who are not citizens. If one of the parents is not a citizen, birthright citizenship is gone.
And I know you did a lot of research on this
Mm-hmm.
recently
Mm-hmm.
because so the mango,
Mango Mussolini. Jesus Christ.
I love
These two are
mango.
killing me.
I knew I married that woman for a reason.
Oh my God.
The mango Mussolini.
Yeah. This birthright citizenship thing, I got to tell you something. I'm kind of torn on it. On one hand, I disagree with it because if one of your parents is a U.S. citizen, you're born in this country, you should have citizenship. On the other hand, if mommy or daddy couldn't be bothered to get off their ass to go get their citizenship, I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm torn. I'm torn on it.
Here's my issue. Here's my issue. And again, there is a problem with our immigration system.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is. I'm not even going to.
God damn it, Sarah. Sarah.
Oh, I was trying to be serious there.
Jesus, Sarah.
MG. Sarah for the win.
All right. I don't think anyone can top the chat now. So none of you guys just need to just bow down to Sarah and give it up.
Fucks.
Jesus
But
Christ.
you've got the so there's obviously a huge problem with our immigration system. That's
Yeah.
obvious, but nobody wants to fix it. Nobody wants to
Right.
touch it.
Right.
And 90% of these people are coming not because they want to do crime and not because they want to do harm to the American people.
Mhm.
They need to make money and they will do jobs that we won't.
Right, but let me throw something at you.
Go for it.
Half of my family are immigrants.
Okay.
I mean, like new immigrants, right? I mean, we're all immigrants unless you're indigenous, you're an immigrant. Okay. But half of my family are literally new immigrants. They have been here less than 15 years. And they went through this difficult, convoluted bullshit process to become U.S. citizens. They spent, I think my wife said that they had to spend, check this out, 5 years in Turkey. They were forbidden to work. That one I still don't understand. They weren't allowed to get jobs. They had to be around a telephone that if immigration called them, they could respond to immigration and be at the immigration office within a certain time frame. And if they didn't, they would be shit canned. You're going back to your country because you missed a hearing. All it took is one. All it took is one. And they couldn't work. 5 years. 5 years they couldn't work. They had no access to earn money. And then when their immigration status was upgraded and they were able to immigrate from Iran to wherever they wanted, they weren't given an choice. They weren't given a choice where they could go. It was kind of like, remember our dream sheets? Remember those?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you'd pick three and you'd get none of them.
exactly. That's exactly what they went through on this. But they did it. They went through the process. They got their green cards. They started working. They did their test. They learned the language. They they got they went and took their citizenship test. They got it all done.
And I understand that part. And again, we are not even disagreeing on this at all. It's just a couple you're. This is more personal to you from that.
Hmm.
Iranians cannot immigrate by sneaking over a border, though.
Right,
That's not possible. That's not going to happen. I mean,
right,
they can. They just can't immigrate here. They could like immigrate somewhere else, but not
right.
like Iraq or somewhere. Uh, so there is that process of having to get on a plane and have a passport and have all the
Hmm.
other issues. Okay, and that is how everyone should do it. I understand that. However, if I'm just putting myself in the position of
Do
an
it.
immigrant.
Do
If
it.
if if I'm living in Honduras and my family is being hunted because
Hmm.
of whatever reason, and my children's lives are in danger, and I have this option to make this treacherous trek to the promised land, if you want to call
Right.
it that, to America, and I have the walking ability to get there, and we're talking about my children's safety,
Hmm.
I'm doing it. I totally get
Right.
that whole part of it too, where those people would have the like a little bit of animosity towards the people that can just do that. But it's I think people fail to remember that it's not just doing that. That's a very treacherous, dangerous, rape infested uh, trip. You know,
Sure.
they get raped, murdered, they get human trafficked, they get stuck in the drug trade, like all kinds of things that happen to these people.
Right.
It's not as easy as like people make it sound like they just like willy nilly decided one day like, oh, I don't like my house, I'm going to America for free shit. Number
Right.
one, you don't get free shit because if you don't have a social
Mm,
security number, if you're not a citizen of
right.
this country, you do not get. So all that is bullshit. So I
Right.
don't know what they're
Right.
talking about. And the people that do use fake socials, they generally get found out and they get arrested as they
Hmm.
should because of fraud.
Right.
So stop with that whole thing. None of these immigrants are taking your free shit, okay?
Right.
In fact, most of them are contributing contributing to your free shit. So if you have an EBT card, if you have um, housing subsidies, or if you get a tax refund, guess what? These immigrants, they don't get to file taxes because they're illegal as fuck.
Right. So I understand. I kind of was looking at something that Sarah said and something that Matt said. Um,
That's my son.
so anybody who's trying to come over the border right now, you're in a lot of trouble
Yep,
because they're
I
not going
agree.
to let it. They're not going to let it happen. But I want to back this way the hell up before Trump ever took office. When the immigration system was as messed up as it is today, except they weren't going through the streets arresting every brown person that existed, right? There are people who have been living in this country for decades who did not just go get a green card. Go get a green card. You've been here for this long and you still don't have a green card. Go get it. I understand that the citizenship test is tough. I've been helping my mother in law study for it. I help my wife study for it. I help my brother in law study for it. Our friends study for it. It's tough. I learned a lot more about the American, the history of America than I ever learned in those great fucking schools in Arkansas.
Let's talk
But,
about
but it's like Sarah said, did you just forget to go get your fucking citizenship? You've been here for decades. What's your problem?
And I
Go do what's right.
totally agree. I totally agree. And I think that's I think everybody agrees. I think even like is divided as this country is right now, I think both sides agree on that there needs to be a uh, a fix to it, but nobody really wants to sit down and have a true discussion about how to fix it.
Right. Absolutely. Nobody wants to. All we do is we hype on our fears, right? The right side says that rapists and murderers are coming over the border and everybody needs to be scared and hold on to your guns because they're going to come and get your family. And the left hand side of it says, oh, they're going to deport everybody. Anybody that's not a white Christian American is going to get deported and it's going to be horrible. So you can't. But nobody in the middle is saying, hey, I have an idea about how we can fix this immigration bullshit, because it's the most convoluted system that we have. Wait, Hogg and I were talking about something the other day, and this is how convoluted the system is. There's there's an adult male who was born in the mid 80s to his father, who was a naturalized citizen from Jamaica. He was born in the mid 80s on an Air Force base or an Army base in Germany. His father retired after 20 years of service and retired overseas. A decorated Army veteran who was a naturalized citizen. He dies, and his son is deported back to Jamaica. And let me throw this out there to everybody who's like, fuck Trump. Obama deported him, FYI. So under Obama, he was deported back to Jamaica because he didn't qualify as a U.S. citizen. Here's the reason. According to the way it worked for his father was a naturalized citizen. He had to spend 5 years on actual U.S. soil. Rather, it was the 48 here, Hawaii, or Alaska. He had to spend 5 years there. Two of them had to be after he reached the age of 14. So, in essence, his father could have spent 13 years in the United States, left before he turned 14, never came back, and none of his offspring would count as a citizen. This is how convoluted. If you're confused about what I just said, that's how convoluted this system is. It's ridiculous. It makes no sense.
And it's not even that just that system. Like, dude, we could do this all night
Yeah.
because there's like you can take like the welfare system.
Mm-hmm.
The welfare system, that's a key trigger point for a lot of people on the right. Mind you, most of them that get triggered by it are on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
I
like
know a
we
lot of
come
people in my
out of
town.
southern Mississippi, you're Arkansas, it's
Yep.
mostly trailer park white people that are on it.
Yep.
But we have this system, which is a good system. I'm glad that it exists because it helps children and it helps families. But if you if you take away somebody's assistance because say they're trying, they're going to school and they get a job at McDonald's, so now they're making say $19,000 a year, and instead of just like recalculating the assistance that they get to where you're not getting 25,000 a year in food assistance or whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
They subtract the little measly money they make at McDonald's or whatever, and then just still give them the rest of it. What? Who's got the incentive to work at that point?
Right.
Because what they do is instead of that, they take it away. Well, when you take it away, no wonder they're not working. They're not working because it's a penalty.
Right.
If you work, it's a penalty. You shouldn't make work be a penalty. You should make it be a like, hey, you go work and then turn in your taxes, and when we're done looking at your taxes, then we're going to adjust your food assistance.
Right.
But we understand you made some mistakes, or even if they weren't mistakes, as a child and or younger person, and you have all these younger people that we all have to take care of, whether it's through these subsidies or
Right.
through the foster care. These children have to be taken care of. They're ours. So I mean, what are we going to do here? So I mean that
It's a complicated system. It's
exactly, it's
and
a complicated system that doesn't really have to be.
and when I heard that my brother when Donald Trump won the election, I was one of those people that was trying to go over the off the deep end. Oh my God, it's uh, it's going to be World War III. We're all going to die. Hitler has been reborn. It was my brother stopped me and he said, "Look, it's it's not what we wanted, right?
Mm-hmm.
But let's wait and see. Let's hope for the best, right?" And so when he and Elon came up with this Department of Government Efficiency, is that what it was called?
That wasn't
Doge?
very efficient. I know that.
Right,
Yeah,
but it was called Doge, right?
yeah,
Right.
you're correct.
I actually was thinking that it would create or that it was going to correct. I was hoping it was going to correct all of the problems we were just talking about. That they were going to go into these systems and say, this is the most convoluted bullshit I've ever seen. Let's get rid of it and fix it. But instead, what they did is they just started firing people. They
And
just
costed us
started firing people for no reason
and costed us money.
instead of fixing anything. Yeah, it's ridiculous. And I want to. Sarah was talking about that getting your citizenship costs money. So Sarah, I don't necessarily think that that's the biggest problem. I think there's a there's a couple of issues with when it comes to immigration. Number one is lack of knowledge. Like, remember we did a show about veterans benefits a while back. I think it was episode 9 or 10, and Hog Stanford and I learned more in doing that episode than we have and all of our time as being retired veterans. It's lack of education, it's lack of knowing what's out there, lack of knowing what you can and can't do. And then, Sarah, on top of that, you have to throw in the fear that a lot of these immigrants have of, well, I'm illegal, I'm an illegal person, so if I go to a government agency and say, hola, I'm illegal, all of a sudden, I'm probably going to get arrested and thrown out of the country, which I don't want. So they spend most of their time in hiding. That's the problem. So it all comes down to education. In fact, I think most of our episodes, we say this, everything comes down to education, period.
It really does.
Yeah.
I mean, all the problems in the world come down to education. If you really come down to it,
I
I
mean,
mean,
you guys can see how Chris and I right now have just solved the problems of the world because we are the most educated. So there you go. If you guys would just educate yourself, you'd be as cool as we are.
well, you know what though, Pete? What if our elected officials did what we do and just get together
Oh, I
and
thought you meant
talk?
start a podcast and talk shit.
Well, I mean, you can start a podcast. You can just get together in a room, and then instead of attacking each other's opinions, like me and you don't agree on everything at all.
Right.
We really don't, but we have respect for each other enough
Right.
to like be able to sit here and talk. And I will try to get you to see my side. You will try to get me. And you know what? Sometimes I'm moved. Sometimes you're moved. Sometimes Stanford's moved. You know, it's because you have to start somewhere. But if you start off with no, fuck you, Pete,
Right.
that that's not going anywhere.
Right.
And unfortunately, our Congress and our Senate right now, because of the entire leadership of this country, is they get in there and everything's a fuck you. So nobody's going in there with the you know what, this is my friend, this is my colleague, this is my coworker,
This is a
and
brother of mine.
a brother of mine
Yeah.
that I'm gonna disagree with. However, I know I'm gonna disagree with him. He knows he's gonna disagree with me, but we're gonna come to a happy medium to where we can make both of ourselves happy and be able to help the American people in the process. But people keep forgetting that they are civil servants. I guarantee you, if you were to go ask Donald Trump right now who he works for, he would say no one.
Right.
He works for us. We
Right.
are his boss. We are Pete Hegseth's boss. We are their boss. They are civil servants. That is a title that is given to a servant of the people. So why this arrogance happens and then it trickles down to the Congress and then to the Senate and then to the all everything, and
Yeah.
everybody thinks that they have some kind of position. Well, your position is to work for me.
Right. Well,
You ain't nobody. You ain't
so
nobody.
I think this goes back. I mean, I think we regurgitate a lot of the stuff we talk about, and I think the reason why you and I, you, me, Stanford, Belcher, James, Rob, Johnny, any of the people that we've ever served with in our lives, the reason why we can go into a room and have a civil conversation regarding our disagreements is because we know where we stand with each other. We know that we're not lying to each other. We know that we're not blowing smoke up each other's ass because from day one until today, we have always been real with each other. You're an asshole. I'm an asshole. And we've always told each other that shit. You know what, Greta? I want to take this up real quick if I can.
You should.
Because Jasmine Crockett, I believe, is no better than MTG. She's a loudmouth who likes to fight and talk shit. Do I disagree with her? No. Do I hate the way that she presents herself? Absolutely. This is not what we need from our representatives. This is not what we need in our Congress. We need people who can say this is not acceptable. We're going to change things. Yeah, I am the bigger asshole. We're going to change things. We're going to do it civil. We're going to be civil about it, and we're going to be reasonable. We're not going to talk about uh, what did she call her? Beach blonde lesbian or whatever the hell it was, right? I mean, all she did was bring herself from here to here by bringing herself down to MTG's um, level, and that's
So,
not what we need. That's not what we need.
so I mean, and I see that point. I really
Mm-hmm.
do. But this is gonna be well. Me and you already know this, but we don't totally agree on this at all because I am the person that thinks that right now there needs to be a little bit of fire for the fire, and like we it's like we tried that whole you go low, we go high thing. That did
Mm-hmm.
not work at all. So I mean, right now the right wants ugly, and I'm guaranteed. I'm telling you right now. I live down here still. You live in Arizona now. You're not around it every single day. The
That's
right wants
true. I don't live around cowboys that walk around with six shooters on their hips
I don't know.
everywhere I
I'm
go.
not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I live in the deep south like you used to. You know there's a
I'll
difference.
give you that. I'll give you that.
So I mean, and it's not that, and she's from Texas too. That also gives her grace with me. she is really she is really in a weird spot.
Hmm.
So I mean, and she's more educated than the people that are talking to her like she's an idiot.
Sure, I think
So I
she's
mean,
very educated, and I love the things that she stands for. I don't like that she brings herself down to that level.
and I totally understand your position
Hmm.
normally, and
Hmm.
I would say 5 years ago I would agree with you 100%. Today I don't, and the reason I don't is because I think there needs to be a little bit of fire on fire.
And then what happens? And
It's
then what happens when the Democrats take over?
then we
And
go
the
back. Then
right
we,
says, okay, more fire on fire. And then they take over and there's more fire on fire.
I mean,
Somebody
you
somewhere, and
got
it
you
needs to be
something.
now, somebody somewhere. That's it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. That was such a
Beach
beautiful
blonde, bad built,
line.
butch body. Yeah.
But I mean, but where does yeah, I get what you're saying.
It
Where does
has
it
to
end?
end.
Where
It
does it
has
end?
to end.
I get it, but it's not going to end with them. So where? How are we ever going? How is the
It
anybody that?
ends with us. It ends with us. It ends with us. It ends
But
with us
only if we can
saying,
get in office, and we can't get in office by being nice.
no, 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 no. It ends with us, the voter. With us, the voter. It ends with us
Understood that.
looking at MTG and with Jasmine Crockett and saying, thank you, but you're not what we need in our representative body. You're gone. That's where it starts.
That's not going to happen right now.
It needs to, but
But
that's what we need to be campaigning for. That's what we need to be campaigning for as voters.
and
Get those people out.
I'm not. I'm just. I kind of. I don't think that right now you can get elected by being quiet and just being
I
polite.
didn't say be quiet.
No, I'm not saying. No, I'm not saying that you did. I'm
Mm.
saying that I don't think that you can do it by being nice, by being what do you call it? Civil or
Right, but whose fault is that?
I mean, to me, it's the right's fault. I think it started with the Tea Party.
No, it's our fault. It's our fault. It's the
Oh yeah,
Democrat,
the
the
voters. Yeah,
Republican, the independent
oh,
voters. It's
100%.
our
Yeah,
fault. It's our fault. So if we continue doing this, it's not going to fix it. So if Jasmine wants to fight fire with fire, that's fine. Go for it. But we as voters need to be able to say to her, thank you for fighting fire with fire, but you in MTG are not what we need. We need people that are civil. We need people that are that have sympathy and empathy, and you're not that. So you have to go. You
and
have to
I
go.
totally agree. But it's that, and I would agree even more.
Go ahead, Matt. I like what Matt just said. I
I know
I
I do
agree.
too.
There you go, Matt. Matt's
I
right.
do too.
I
I
I'll
really
agree
do.
with that.
I've pretty much agreed with everything he's had to say tonight. But
Yeah.
I
Where
mean,
have you been, Matt? You
yeah,
been hiding? You been
all
hiding?
my life. But I just I'm trying to figure out where okay, so where do we start?
You start with the American voter. You
Why do
start
we
with
have
the
to say
voter.
that? Yeah, I know. But
You start with us.
right now the voters are only voting for ugly.
That's what I'm saying. You start with the voter. Because right now we're voting for Jasmine. We're voting for MTG. And we don't need this. We need people who are civil. You know, they call them gentlemen and gentle ladies. I haven't seen one since Donald Trump's first term in office. I haven't seen one on
I
either side.
I don't think I've seen one on the right since Obama first took office.
There hasn't been one on the left. There hasn't been one on the left at all.
There
Because
was
they either
maybe two.
sit down and snub the roll their eyes at the right, or interrupt the right whenever the right's talking. Have you ever seen these congressional hearings?
I'm gonna. You know what? Here's the thing. I'm gonna disagree because I remember when John McCain and Obama were running against each other, and that old racist lady said, she was trying to say that Obama was a Muslim, and he snatched that McCain snatched that mic from. I think it was in Arizona, as a matter of fact. He snatched that mic from her, and he said, "No, ma'am, no, ma'am. He is a good man. He is a good family man. We
Mm-hmm.
just disagree on policy." Where are those people?
Thank you. Those who we need, those are the ones we need to vote into
But they
office.
don't exist right now.
The problem is the media doesn't show us these people. They don't show us these people. They
True.
give, who I don't know much about. Is it Rand Paul or Paul Rand? What's his name?
It's
Rand
Rand Paul.
Rand Paul. I don't know much about him,
Kentucky.
but I can tell you from what I've seen, he doesn't seem to be somebody on the right that caters to everything that the MAGA people want,
No,
right?
you don't.
But you know how much we see about him is this much. We see this much about him.
I mean, I guess I see a little bit more because I look for it because I'm trying to figure out who these people are that
Right.
are uh, kind of bucking the
Probably.
system or bucking the powers that be. But
Right.
I don't agree with him almost all the time. But at the same time, I also didn't agree with his dad a lot of times. He does. Hey, he stands by his principles, and I have no problem with people standing by their principles when they can defend them with reasoning. Like,
Right.
give me a reason. So,
Right.
like these people right now that are saying, "Well, I'm for Trump because I'm a conservative." No, the fuck you're not,
Right.
because he
Thank
is the
you.
most unconservative human being on the fucking planet.
Right.
And don't even talk to me about a balanced budget if
Right.
you're voting for this bullshit.
Right.
This $3 trillion increase
I
to the
don't
fucking deficit. The
fucking know.
only human being that's been in office that had a balanced budget has been a Democrat. So every one of y'all can get fucked.
Yeah, well, you know what? Don't sit on him for too long because he's also the reason why the housing crisis happened. So,
Who?
Bill Clinton.
I'm not saying that. I'm not even like we can get into another one if you want to. That's
Right.
fine. But what I'm saying is that I mean he did his 4 years, whatever, or his 8 years, and then moved
I
on.
went to I went to his inauguration by the way when I was 18.
I went. Oh yeah, he was Arkansas
And
governor.
let me tell you guys something. For anybody listening and anybody in the future listening, they didn't card us at that inauguration.
Well, the climate was so
Hmm.
much different back then. You
Woo!
could disagree with people.
No, they didn't card us. Card.
Oh, for
Yeah.
the
Mm.
alcohol,
Oh
nice.
yeah.
I thought you meant like do a
Nice.
security trip.
I
Uh,
actually I actually came around the corner a little bit. I was not drunk. I was just dehydrated. I
were you
came
at
around the
the
corner,
inauguration? Was that in D.C.?
or it's not his inauguration, but his
Acceptance speech?
thank you. I came around the corner at the old state house and I was just running around. I actually slammed faces with his mom right in the head. Just damn near knocked her out. I was like, Secret Service was everywhere. I was like, I'm dehydrated. Leave me alone.
I
take me
just
to
love
the take me to the water. It Brad is right. Everybody keeps voting these people back into office. Plain and simple. And
because
again,
a lot.
Greta, it's lack of education. We have the American voter has to start educating themselves on who these people are that we're voting for.
Nobody cares.
Right.
I mean, and that's a problem. And you're right. That's the problem. And that's what I think what we're trying to do is
Us?
to try to like. Um, I mean, I know for a fact that when it comes midterms, that I know for a fact we are going to have some good episodes then because
Yeah.
we are going to talk about who's running and why you should vote for who and our opinions on it. Not try to give you an opinion, but just since everybody's too lazy to fucking do it themselves, I guess we can do it since we're retired. Um, and we can talk about it and try and help you form an educated decision on something because this whole voting just name recognition is this has got to go. And
But you know what? It's not hard, guys. It's not hard to just go to your state's website. Just type in who is my representative, who is my senators. See who's running, right? Just look it up. You're surfing porn already. Just open a new tab and type it in there. Who's running for office? And do the research. And let me tell you something. In my opinion, anybody that uses their platform to do nothing but bash another person should never be elected to our government ever. No,
I'm
Sarah's
not
right. Sarah, you were right the first time.
what? Oh,
Educating the
educating
asses.
the asses.
We are not here to be a news platform or tell you that we know exactly what's going on. What we're telling you is to get off your dead ass and go educate yourself and make an educated decision. If you want to vote for Donald Trump, have a good fucking reason. Have a good fucking reason
and
and
give
make
it
sure it's educated.
and make a solid. Yeah, exactly. Like I could. So like, if you're a billionaire, for instance, and you say I voted for Donald Trump, that doesn't shock me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd be like, yeah, okay, I can see that. You got a shit ton of money. I understand why you did that.
Be honest.
If you are receiving uh, food and housing subsidies and you just don't like black people and you voted for Trump, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you just voted against your own self interest because you're going to be in one of them goddamn camps here soon, too, brother.
Right. Look,
Just
Ian just said something that's absolutely right. Absolutely. One of the biggest problems that we have in this country, and Ian, I'll tell you something, this was not like this when Hogg and I were young, right? Our friends and family could vote for whoever the hell they wanted to. And we didn't kick them out of the house. We didn't fight them. We didn't disown them. That's not how things were. I had an uncle who was a diehard liberal, and I had another uncle who was a diehard Republican. They came together, they loved each other, they ate together, they had fun together, they didn't hate each other. But the problem is, like Ian is saying here, a lot of people are voting for candidates who their friends and family are voting for because today they do get disowned. They do get shunned. They do get uh, called the black sheep of the family. That's today. That's not how it used to be, Ian. It's not how it used to
no,
be.
and I don't have an age reference for Ian, but I can tell you this right now.
He's about my son's age.
That's my nephew's name. But number two, uh,
Black Sabbath, Ian
everything
Hill.
Pete just said is absolutely accurate, and that's probably why me and him are able to disagree and talk. And well, not just me and him, Stanford specifically, but even more people than that.
Mm-hmm.
But there are just, I mean, just look at, and we brought this up before in other shows. A lot of it has to do with social media. Do you know how easy it is for me to call Pete a cocksucker on social media? It's real easy because it takes no balls whatsoever.
FYI, that's going to be a short later on.
But it takes none whatsoever. Now to come to my door and knock on it and tell that to me to my face, especially in southern Mississippi or Arkansas,
Right.
where you can have whatever you want, then that's not a very smart move to make. But getting on the keyboard and be like,
Keyboard warriors. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like anybody can do it. I can do it. You can do it. It's just so easy, and nobody. You can't. I just miss that whole back when. Even though I enjoy I really do. I enjoy having social media because I can keep track of people. Hell, Pete, if we didn't have social media, me
I
and you
wouldn't
probably
know
would
where you were.
exactly
Yeah.
because you wouldn't know where I am. I wouldn't know where you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
We wouldn't know where Stanford is. None of it. I wouldn't
And
know
by
where
the way, has
all.
anybody seen Stanford?
I wouldn't know where all those people are. But So it has its uses, but the fact that we just get on there, and I'm guilty of it too. I'm not washing my hands clean of it, and just can be just ugly, and you don't have to sit there and look them in the face while you're being ugly.
Right.
You can just do that and then go to sleep. I mean,
Right.
I know for a fact I'm known. I will tell you right now, I love to drop a political bomb and then go to sleep. Like I will do it in a second on my Facebook.
If
If
you
I
guys
see like
haven't, go ahead. Go ahead. Go
if
ahead.
I
Go
see
ahead.
like 3 or 4 people say something that pisses me off, I'll be like, oh, I know they're up. Let me drop this little nugget.
If you guys have not read any of Hog's posts, you need to friend him on Facebook and just read a few of them. Sometimes I read them and I'm like, I'm hiding. I'm hiding. I'm like, I'm not. I don't know that guy. It's a different Chris. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you will be in the. Yeah, I would totally take that girl on my back.
But yeah,
I don't
Ian.
think I'd meet her, but I would.
Ian, it didn't used to be like that. We could absolutely disagree and fight over politics, even religion, and we could still get together on Thanksgiving. Well, and still have a dysfunctional Thanksgiving, but love each other at the same time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but nobody got. Yeah, I mean, like nowadays, like it's
people are leaving families,
yeah,
friends.
this climate that we're
Yeah,
in, like even now, it's like with a religion to me, because I'm not a religious person, but
what?
it,
That's
it
news to me.
it is irritating to me that this as a society we are so lazy
Mhm.
that me as a sinner, as a considered, I mean, according to Christianity, I guess I'm going to hell. Maybe I don't think so because I think really they are. But anyways, nobody reads the Bible anymore because if they did, none of this would be going on right now.
Ian, the answer to that question is yes, absolutely, 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Bingo. It
Yeah,
is the only reason.
and I'm pretty sure we actually didn't. Was that the one we did with the with Kimberly? I think that was that episode when me and you interviewed Kimberly from
Hmm.
the cake shop owner,
Hmm.
and she was asking what our was that her that was asking what our opinion was
Yeah, she
on
asked us about social
yeah
media.
how
Yeah.
social media and again I totally
Social
agree.
media is the cancer. And uh, so
Go on
there's
your rant.
me and Hogg in Stanford are trying to create this wonderful podcast. We're going to get millions of fans. We're going to sell merchandise. We're going to do tours around the world. We're going to be yeah, there you go.
Want
We're
a
going to
t-shirt?
be we're going to become rich off of social media. But let me tell you something. Social media is the cancer of our society. Period. It's nice to use it if you want to check in on your friends. Where are you living? Haven't talked to you in forever. Other than that, it's a fucking cancer that needs to be eradicated. Period. Because people look at podcasts like this one and they say, oh, these guys know what they're talking about. They know exactly what they're talking about. And I'm going to tell you now, if anybody here thinks that we know what we're talking about, well, I mean, you're right, but you're also an it.
I was
You're
gonna say all the other
all the
podcasts.
other ones are morons.
We're the ones that know what we're talking about.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Put that on
But
social media
social media is the worst thing to ever happen to our society. Period.
to our peace of mind as well,
Yeah.
and a lot of now, so we're old enough. And how old's your son? Like in the 20s,
David, God damn.
30s? I'm
Yeah.
trying to put in.
My
I'm
son.
trying to get a mind.
Yeah, yeah. My son is
Uh
31.
okay, so around 30 then is what we're talking about.
How does that work when I'm only 20?
They don't. Arkansas math.
Arkansas math.
Y'all are arcing core.
My
I
goodness.
completely lost my train of thought right
I don't
now.
know what we're talking about.
We were
Like and
talking
subscribe to our channel, guys. Like and
about
subscribe. If you haven't liked and subscribed, what the fuck is wrong with you? That's all I'm going to say. Really.
listen.
It doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us. Do it. Do it. Do
I'm
it.
33, so there. He's quite a bit younger than us, but
Yep.
they it but everything Pete said, I agree with. And Greta and Sarah, dude, I completely ADD'd on that.
And basically everything Matthew stands for. What the? Where has this guy been hiding, man?
I know, dude. That dude's freaking awesome. I like that guy.
You get two subscriptions if you like and subscribe to
I
us.
wonder if he knows either of us, or if it, like I wonder,
Well, if not, we want to know him.
where's
Where's
the
the
merch?
merch? All right, you guys want to see the merch? There's the
Boom.
merch, guys. There's the merch. Scan that code. Order yourself a shirt, 42. Just make sure you let us know color and size. We'll get that shipped right out to you. Free shipping. Absolutely free shipping. And these shirts, I mean, we've had them now for,
Yeah, they're like
I
the
don't know if I,
organic, aren't they?
yeah, we've had these for a while and they haven't faded. They still fit really nice. And yeah, I wear mine everywhere I go.
And I got my barcode on the back.
He's
I
got
can.
his QR codes on the back. So
Oh yeah, QR code.
please, if you want a T-shirt, just scan that, and we'll get you one out ASAP. Absolutely, we will.
We're not to the point yet where we can just order like 10,000 of them and sell them at a like. So that's just that price is what it is.
One at a time. Yeah, I'm sorry,
Yeah,
guys. It's
we're just
yeah,
doing one at a time right
yeah.
now.
Whatever we can do. I know a printer out here who's being really awesome. He will print
Shout out
them.
to them too.
Yeah, 89A print shop. We want to tell you how much we love you guys. You're really helping us out. These guys are, like Hog said, they're not making us order a shit ton of them. They're just printing them as we want them. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and not a lot of people would do that. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
pretty cool because I know sometimes, especially down here, because we live on. What's weird is like Stanford lives up in the Boston area, and then uh, the you live in Arizona, I live in Southern Mississippi. Well, things are a lot lower priced in Mississippi than they are in either one of those places. So that's why I was saying that if the price point's a little bit like what $40, that includes shipping and the fact that that company is just really working with us, isn't it?
they really are. And this is their website right here, route89ashop.com. Please go there, check out their work. I know these guys, they work their asses off. They're always, in fact, I would venture to bet you they're still at the shop working on designs, trying to get it out for people. So please go check it out and give them a shout out. Let them know that Altitude and Attitude sent you.
I'm curious from Matthew, like how I'm just curious because we're learning this. This is what our third month doing it. How did you just discover our channel? Like, was it through a friend or did you just like come across it from? I'm curious about that.
Right, right.
Like because that I mean that's awesome. I love it. I love it. I'm happy that's happening and that you're interacting. That's freaking awesome.
Right, right,
But I would
right.
like to know the answer to that.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Um, yeah, this has been really fun. I mean, I love doing these shows. I mean, honestly, I love
These are
anytime
my
we.
most fun, to be
I
honest with
I, I love anytime we go live. It's so much fun, and Hog and I were actually talking about it. We were like, we got on. We were doing some behind the scenes stuff, working on editing videos and coming up with different topics that we want to discuss. And we both just at the same time, we were both like, oh, fuck, we're not on this Thursday. We're not going to be able to talk to anybody. We're going to be just, So I think we were like, let's just go live. Let's go live. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what our folks are doing. Greta and Ian. Yes, I'm going to talk to them. Let's get a coffee mug. Let's get a coffee mug set up. Yeah. Anybody want to talk to Hog about what he's got in his hand right there? Because Hog's got his mitts on those guys. Let's get some koozies.
Yep, yep. I need to get the bottle ones too. And I'm thinking like on to put the we need to put the barcode on the
The fuck
packaging.
is up with Ian? What did the fuck is up with Ian, dude?
I can't hear this cost. Oh, dude. The people it's easier for me to list off the people I haven't called that.
So I think I told you guys this. I went to a motorcycle school, mechanic school with Ian. He's pretty much a moron, but that's pretty good. The algorithm made it appear, huh?
Hey, awesome. That's freaking awesome. That's what we're trying to
That's
do.
yeah, that's great. Yeah, so it's nice to see that our
Something
algorithm is
upbeat, like
working.
said, we for sure would
Yeah.
like to hear something.
Well, Matt, we really love that you came, and we love even more that you interacted with us. It's been wonderful. Please, if you like the show, like and subscribe and share it. Send it out to other people. We're live every Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern. There's me and Hog and one other guy, our DEI hire, Stanford. Um, so he's also on here. But yeah, we really appreciate all of you guys being here. Really, I don't know what else we want to talk about.
I don't know. It's
What do
just
you want to talk
awesome that we
about?
got like 6 people to watch us this long. That's freaking.
Oh, I
I don't
know
think we've gone lower than 6.
6 people.
I mean, like
Yeah,
that's pretty cool for like non. Uh, and then we met a new friend, Matthew Hannon.
I know. I know. We have a
Cool.
new friend now.
And I
New friend,
actually agree with most of what he says.
right?
I think I don't remember anything that he said that I don't. I'll have to go back and
I
rewatch.
know. I know.
In case you did, then I'll email you.
Well, you know
Seriously,
what?
like y'all say, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go. You go. I
I
was
was
about
gonna
to wrap
say
it up.
y'all, especially people like not especially everybody, but I would really like to hear from the people who are just learning about our show and what we're doing, like Matthew and anybody else like him. But email us and give us some subject matter ideas, like things we're doing right, things we're doing wrong. Like we are old truck driving veterans. We are
Yeah.
seriously not going to get butt hurt. I promise you. I've been called every name in the goddamn book. So,
Yeah.
like, give us the bad news too. So
Yeah.
it's
We
not
want to
that.
hear it all.
And if I disagree with you, I'm just going to email you back and call you a cocksucker, like I told,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Ian said.
Nothing.
So,
Nothing.
and
No
then you'll
holes
get
barred.
butt hurt, and I still won't be. Because I'll be like, Jesus Christ, I was just on the computer.
Well, Hog, I just want to say that you've got a lot of editing to do. We literally, yes, Sarah, you're a groupie. You're a groupie, Sarah. If you want to see us on our next tour, you're good. There it is. There it is. Hog just said it all. So
Call me Molly Crew, baby doll.
let's go. That goes for you too, Ian. But Hog, you got a lot of editing to do. We literally just did 2 shows.
I know, and there's some funny shit in there too. So I'm gonna
We
make
did
some funny shorts
two
for like
shows.
TikTok.
2 shows.
Yo, y'all check out our TikTok channel too.
Oh yeah,
And
we do have TikTok now.
TikTok, uh, YouTube.
Son of a
We're
bitch.
learning. We're learning. We're learning. We're old and boring. We're learning.
And I know I said, look, we're gonna stay on. We're gonna stay on because I want to. I want to figure out what our TikTok channel is, and then I'm gonna post it on here because, as you can tell, we're really prepared.
Well, we weren't planning on going live, so
Well, don't you know our do you know our channel?
yeah, I'm getting it for you. Give me a
Can
second.
somebody we need to
Okay,
post our
well, in
channel
fact,
on here.
I just posted episodes 11 and 12.
We'll put
Oh,
it in
wait,
our
no, okay, too much is going on.
put it in our
Okay,
chat, brother.
view profile. That's
All
why.
I all I see is TikTok.
The
There it
two and
is.
attitude three.
So Hog handles our TikTok channel because I know nothing I know nothing about it.
Neither do I.
I don't know a fucking thing about it. I barely
You know what I do? I listen to my wife and I say yes, ma'am, and I post it.
I tell you what, I mean
She
anybody that
tells
was
me like I
watching
gotta post something like all the time. She's like, "Why haven't you posted something? Why haven't you posted something?"
anyone that was watching about a half hour ago knows that sometimes I don't even know when my headphones are working. So
Okay, I think that might be.
that's our website right there, guys. That's TikTok.
Oh, okay. Yours is probably more accurate.
It doesn't matter. Get on there, like us or follow us or whatever it is that you do on TikTok.
I think you follow,
Because I don't know what you do on TikTok.
and we need 1,000 followers. I think.
Also, I think I'm supposed to let everybody know that coming soon, we're going to have a Patreon. I think that's what it's called. A Patreon.
What is that?
I'm not sure because we're good when it comes to social media. We got this shit figured out.
So, like, all
So
of you.
so it's a I think it's a place where followers or fans of the show or groupies can Greta's got us under control. Cool. Will you handle the sweat bucket as well? Um
Taking her little
Patreon.
beat. You should have been seen her last night.
Whee!
Fired
Uh,
up over it.
I think Patreon is a place where our followers and groupies can go to donate to the channel so that
Oh,
we can stay on the air. Absolutely.
oh, cool. Yeah, it would help if I could rent this.
We're working on one. I don't know what the hell it means, but we're working on one. So
Hey,
you
we're
guys
trying to
stay
get
tuned
all
for
the
it.
stuff. We're trying to get. We had T-shirts before we had a YouTube channel.
Yeah. Order the t-shirts because
Oh, you
they're
know what? We
comfortable,
need
they're
to do that.
badass.
We
What's
need
up?
to do that one. What was that T-shirt that I thought of in the shower that one time?
The one that you were in the shower. Do you
Yeah, when
guys
I said I can't talk, I'm like
I know, I got it. I got it. I'm not gonna
okay.
tell these guys.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah.
tell these. What was it? I remember. I have it written down somewhere, but it's so funny. Yeah. We're working
I'll
on
be back in a minute.
we've got these. We're working on a couple of others. We need to just get the designs out, and our folks at Route 89A shop will absolutely be there to help us out. Yeah,
This has been awesome. Y'all are awesome. I love hanging out with y'all.
yeah, absolutely. You guys have been great. So, I don't know, guys. Thanks for showing up, Matthew. Again, we appreciate you coming
Yeah.
in and jumping in with us. Ian, whatever, dude. Um, well, Hog, yeah, it's been a
I'm
lot of
really
fun.
stoked that we had somebody that didn't
Yeah,
know who we were personally. That's freaking awesome.
it's
Just
been a lot of fun. Sarah, we expect you to write a script for us 2 weeks from tonight.
I
Okay.
want it hand delivered tomorrow,
Yeah.
8 a.m. No later
Yeah.
than.
Groupie. Groupie. All right. Well,
Make sure you hit that
um,
read receipt on my email.
and make sure, folks, that you definitely hit like and subscribe. Share our share our channel with people, friends, family, especially people you hate. Send it out to them, and I don't know.
Yep. All right, cool.
We appreciate everything you've done. Thanks for tuning in. We will see you definitely 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, we will be live. Next This week is just a pre-recorded show, but who knows? Maybe the three of us will jump on here and talk some shit with you guys again. But for Hog and I and Stanford, who is I don't know, at home taking a nap. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for showing up. And don't forget, if you're not
Can't
pissed
drop
off,
off. You're not listening.